Asante sana. Kabla hatujaleta kinara wetu baba aweze kuzungumzia hili jambo, wahenga walisema mbiu ya mgambo ikilia kuna jambo. Na leo tumesikia mbiu ya mgambo ikilia Mlima Kenya. Kwa hivyo kuna jambo. Nataka nishukuru sana viongozi wenzangu kutoka Mlima Kenya ambao wamezungumza hapa. Kwetu wanasema ukificha mgonjwa ama ugonjwa utasikia vilio. Nataka niwashukuru sababu wamekuja kusema kuna shida Mlima Kenya. And it's not a secret that the Kenya Kwanza regime came to power through a pack of lies. And in fact, the 8 months we have seen of the Kenya Kwanza regime is a boulevard of broken promises and broken dreams by many Kenyans, including our brothers and sisters from Mount Kenya region. It's not a secret that this illegitimate regime is losing support of the mountain day by day, and they're aware of it. And what they're planning to do, Chinua Achebe once said, when you see a toad jumping in broad daylight, there is something after its life. When you see someone who is supposed to be a president of a country and a symbol of national unity threatening members of parliament, someone who is supposed to be a deputy president threatening members of parliament and literally blackmailing members of parliament that if you do not do this, you will not get roads or you will not get development in your regions. There is something terribly wrong with what Bwana Ruto na Bwana Gachagua wamesema jana kutoa vitisho kwa wabunge wetu. But we also know that out there in the mountain, because they are aware they have lost support, they are preparing to use very strong arm tactics. And we are talking about a repressive regime that intends to mute the rebellion that is building in the mountain. And how will they do that? They say you give a dog a bad name and you hang it. As they are losing the support of majority of the young people, the borders, the mamambogas, the threat in the mountain is going to be like the days of Nyayo, the days of Mwakenya. All they needed to do is brand you a Mwakenya and plant something on you, and you'll be arrested. In the mountain, before open dissent is seen, they intend to use the word Mungiki. Brand any young person who might be rebelling against this regime, including the border, who are feeling the weight of the high cost of petrol. And today they are no longer singing about the hustler who pretended to be one of them and has now abandoned that mamamboga who was on the headlines today. We want to thank you, the media, for calling out William Ruto and his lies and for exposing the big lie that was using the mamambogas and the borders and the hustlers to get to power and then forgetting about them. So we want to say this issue of Mungiki is not a Kikuyu issue. It is not a Mount Kenya issue. This is a national issue. It's a Kenyan issue. And we are here to stand in solidarity with the Mount Kenya leadership to say no to the Kenya Kwanza regime and their nefarious scheme of branding the Kikuyu youth Mungiki, of using the Mungiki name to bring repression in the mountain to forestall an open rebellion that is coming. That is what we want to say, and wish to now call our leader to come and address the nation on this matter of vital national importance. Your Excellency, Raila Amolo Odinga.
Thank you. Today was a day for the leadership from Central Kenya, Mount Kenya region, to address an issue of extreme national importance. They say that the more things change, the more they remain the same. I have had occasion to talk about isolation and vilification of the people of the mountain region. And I remember in our days of the youth, during the struggle for independence, the Mau War, there was all the times an announcement in the radio that the Kikuyu, the Meru, na Embu ni watu hatari. Ukiona mmoja akipita, piga ripoti kwa polisi mara moja. That was an announcement which was used to be made on the radio all the times, to try to isolate the people from Mount Kenya who are fighting for their land which had been grabbed by the colonialists. These were Kenyan patriots who fought and paid a very heavy price for liberation of this country. Now it is so unfortunate that in this time and age, Kenya has now celebrated the 60th year of its independence, that somebody should try to use the very same tactics and methods that were used by the British to try to isolate the youth from this region. There is now an attempt to artificially re-establish Mungiki movement. And I've seen it happen in my own eyes. It's Maina Njenga, merely because he accompanied me to the funeral of our matriarch, Mukamu Kimathi, has since been vilified, been harassed. They have carried out searches, all his residences in Nyandarua, in Laikipia, in Nakuru, in Nairobi, planting even some kind of evidence. Somehow they've carried bang, at the times they're carrying guns and so on, to try to vilify him and find an excuse to arrest him and to detain him. The young youth who are themselves incensed by this harassment are now being classified as Mungiki. But you have also seen Mr. Gachagua run around all central province talking about alcoholism among the youth, drugs and delinquency, and urging the chiefs and the police and the administration generally to deal firmly with this youth. Now the youth have nothing else to do. The youth are idle, and that's the reason why they resort to alcoholism. The answer to this is to provide a job for this youth.